One of the luckiest things that can happen to you in life is, I think, to have a happy childhood. It is a curious thought, but it is only when you see people looking ridiculous that you realize just how much you love them. Instinct is a marvelous thing. It can neither be explained nor ignored. Very few of us are what we seem. One doesn't recognize the really important moments in one's life until it's too late. The happy people are failures because they are on such good terms with themselves they don't give a damn. The simplest explanation is always the most likely. The truth, however ugly in itself, is always curious and beautiful to seekers after it. Good advice is always certain to be ignored, but that's no reason not to give it. Too much mercy often resulted in further crimes which were fatal to innocent victims who need not have been victims if justice had been put first and mercy second. I don't think necessity is the mother of invention. Invention, in my opinion, arises directly from idleness, possibly also from laziness, to save oneself trouble. Curious things, habits. People themselves never knew they had them. There's too much tendency to attribute to God the evils that man does of his own free will. If one sticks too rigidly to one's principles, one would hardly see anybody. An archaeologist is the best husband any woman can have. The older she gets, the more interested he is in her. Any woman can fool a man if she wants to and if he's in love with her. I like living. I have sometimes been wildly, despairingly, acutely miserable, racked with sorrow, but through it all I still know quite certainly that just to be alive is a grand thing. The impossible could not have happened, therefore the impossible must be possible in spite of appearances. It is ridiculous to set a detective story in New York City. New York City is itself a detective story. Most successes are unhappy. That's why they are successes. They have to reassure themselves about themselves by achieving something that the world will notice. Evil is not something superhuman, it's something less than human. Dogs are wise. They crawl away into a quiet corner and lick their wounds and do not rejoin the world until they are whole once more. Crime is terribly revealing. Try and vary your methods as you will, your tastes, your habits, your attitude of mind, and your soul is revealed by your actions. The popular idea that a child forgets easily is not an accurate one. Many people go right through life in the grip of an idea which has been impressed on them in very tender years. Where large sums of money are concerned, it is advisable to trust nobody. There is nothing more thrilling in this world, I think, than having a child that is yours, and yet is mysteriously a stranger. It is a curious thing that at my age, 55 last birthday, I should find myself taking up a new profession and hoping that the end of my life will be happy professionally. Every murderer is probably somebody's old friend. I live now on borrowed time, waiting in the anteroom for the summons that will inevitably come. And then I go on to the next thing, whatever it is. One doesn't, luckily, have to bother about that. Everything that has existed lingers in the eternity. The best time for planning a book is while you're doing the dishes.